All right, welcome everybody to another Barrels for Hope live stream. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, a great New Year. We have a lot of really exciting stuff to go over tonight, and we wanted to start off with some really big news. So some of you, maybe many of you, might have already seen this posted on Discord, but something we have been working towards for a long time has finally happened. We are now official. Our 501c3 public charity status with the IRS has come through. It's done. We're good. It's time to celebrate. Super excited about that. That was a lot of work. It took a long time to get it through, but and it did get backdated all the way to our original filing. So we are official since the beginning of the group for public charity status. So super excited about that. There was also recently just a Discord post about how that impacts kind of tax filing and stuff because we are a nonprofit. We'll get into that more details of that a little bit later. But we wanted to raise a glass with our newest release that just came out, the Still Austin, and give everyone a big cheers and thank you for your continued support. Thank you for your continued faith in us running this organization for you, and for all of my partners here on the board of directors for all of your continued support and hard work that you guys put into it. Cheers.
Cheers, y'all. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Exciting stuff. Job well done, Joe. Way to go, man.
It was a little touchy with having to switch forms and refile and everything, but it worked out, and I knew we could get there. Just depending on how long it was going to take. So we've got it. That's good stuff.
Absolutely.
All right. So my illustrious VP, you got our schedule there?
Yeah, I do. I was going to ask if you got on a first name basis with our case manager from calling so much to check on our status.
No, she was actually really great. You know, the IRS does get a really bad rap, right? Like the organizations, of course, we would love it not to exist. We would love to not pay taxes. But realistically, I mean, most of the people working there are just like all of us. And she was really good to work with, really wanted to help us through the process. So yeah, that was good.
Man, this Still Awesome pick is getting better and better the more it opens up.
It's getting right?
dark. It's getting darker and richer.
Man, now you know I love the sweet wood, love the sweet oak, and this has got a ton of it going on. And I'm looking, so you know, when we got these, I was looking on the back. Of course, it says age at least 2 years, but yeah, it gives you your barrel number with, if anybody knows how to decode barrel numbers, and then your dump date. This is almost exactly right on 3 years. So
that's amazing. Nice. It's really amazing for 3-year-old whiskey.
It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Silly. Doing good work down there.
Yes, they are.
All right, so we wanted to get you guys updated on the 501c3. I know we posted about it on Discord and Patreon, but we wanted to have a specific cheers and toast to that with each and every one of you guys because, you know, along, as Joe said, with the board, big thanks to everyone and huge thanks to Joe for putting in the legwork that he has to make this happen, but this doesn't happen without you guys. So we are incredibly appreciative of y'all for being a part of this. I'm kind of the MC tonight, and I'm going to pitch it over to Lance to talk about the bottles donated for the year-end event. And then Joe will have some more information on those types of bottles for the year-end event.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? So the 3 bottles that we got donated from Narav and A1 for December were Hardin's Creek 17, and I'm not sure if that's Boston, Claremont, or Frankfurt. I can't remember. I can't remember if Narav specified, but we do have a 17-year-old Hardin's Creek, Elmer T. Lee, and Blanton's. So at some point, I'll probably get with Reggie and we can put that whole list out for you guys if you haven't been keeping track to see what all bottles will be available for the auction that were all donated. Again, all that money is going to help go back for our charity donation at the end of the year. So we're super excited about that. And as always, thanks to Narav and A1 for those donations.
Awesome. Those are some.
Indeed.
I love everything in Hardin Creek. So I don't know
Me
about
too.
I don't know if everybody else lives in that realm, but I'm a big Jim Beam fan to begin with, and all the Hardin Creek stuff I love.
They were
It's got-
fantastic.
It's got the right age. It's got the right proof. It fixes a lot of the things that were wrong with Knob Creek 18, mainly the proof.
Even last year's release, right? Like Jacob's Well, of course, was great, a 15-year-old, but then the Colonel, right? Like even at 2 years, age stated, I thought that was a pretty good bottle too. So
Yeah, for sure.
all right. So speaking of this, was that my transition, Josh?
Yeah, well, we had some questions previously specifically regarding the silent auction for bottles at the year-end charity event.
Right.
And that's something that we've been looking into, and we're still currently looking into it. And Joe's going to talk to you guys a lot more. He's far more versed on like the liquor laws, the licensing that we're going to need to do this in the state of Kentucky. There are legalities around this that we have to be mindful of as an organization, because some people are wanting to be able to participate even if they weren't there in person. And Joe's going to speak to why that is a major concern, or not a concern. It's just a flat out issue,
Right.
AKA illegal.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get a little bit of whiskey nerdy on you here as far as kind of the legality of the thing goes. So make sure you got your pour to hang with me here. But a lot of us are used to the whiskey community come together raising money for charity. A lot of times that happens on live streams. A lot of times you hear, radio commercials, especially if you listen to some of the podcasts about some of the raffles and auctions going on in Kentucky. And there's that really fast talk of, disclaimers at the end of it. But the point is, our organization from the beginning, we wanted to do everything completely above board, completely within the law of all the states that we operate, which is not easy to do when it comes to alcohol. And part of that comes to raffles and gaming laws. Every state has different alcohol laws. Every state has different gaming laws. A charity organization holding a raffle is still considered gaming. And now we are registered in Ohio, but our event is going to be in Kentucky. So we have to follow Kentucky's law. Kentucky requires charities to have a gaming license to be able to do raffles and auctions and drawings and stuff. So I've been in communication with the Kentucky Charitable Gaming Commission, and we are working through how to do that properly. But flat out, it means we are not going to be able to ship everything. Everything has to be done there. We would have to partner with a licensed wholesaler authorized for shipping. And that opens up a whole nother layer of the 3-tier system and rules and regulations that, frankly, we don't have the capacity to deal with. So it will have to be only open to attendees in person for winning, because trying to follow all the alcohol laws, the 3-tier system, the gaming laws, and then bringing in a wholesaler that we're going to have to pay to handle all the shipping and everything is just not something we have the capacity for. So it is what it is. It's not anything we can do about it. It's state laws and federal laws that we have to comply with. And like we've always said from the beginning, this organization is going to comply with all state liquor and gaming laws, and we have to play within those rules, which is part of the reason why it's so great that we have the partnership with Narav and A1 to handle a lot of that legalities for us. But when we're talking about going into another state, having an event, doing drawings, and handling alcohol again, we have to follow all those laws as well. So,
and then to piggyback on that, Joe, obviously that's where we're at as an organization. Within the confines of the law, I love to view restrictions and things like that as opportunities for creative solutions. So we have a fantastic community of people here as well. So if you're not going to be at the annual event, we will be posting a list of the bottles that will be part of the silent auction. If you know someone who is going to be at the annual event, and guess what? You got 140 friends right here in this organization that can help you out. A lot of those people will be at this event. Try to partner up with somebody, have them be your proxy there in person so that they can, tell them, I want this bottle, I'm willing to pay this much money. have them do it for you. They can leave with the bottle, and you guys can arrange to get it into your hands, especially if it's somebody local to you. But there's, you can help each other out. So use it as an opportunity to make some connections with other people. We want people to be able to participate as much as possible, and you can get a little creative with that, but we cannot get creative when it comes to the legality behind these bottles have to go from the silent auction into a person's hand when they leave. And that's just a fact. So, I think that's it regarding the bottles for the silent auction, as well as the silent auction updates. Lance, I'm going to pitch it over to you to talk about the I think it's all guys that popped up, but if not, colloquially guys, ladies and gentlemen that were selected for the Nashville Barrel Company pick. By the way, you guys will be getting an email from Kim regarding hotel information very soon as well. But Lance posted a video. We're going to recap because we have, I talked to Nashville Barrel Company, and for those that don't know, I'm local here in Nashville. Nashville Barrel Company is like 4 miles away from my house. And I talked to them about the fact that we are a charity organization. We want to be able to bring as many members as possible. So a lot of times picks get restricted to 6 or 8 people. I had them expand it to 10 people. And then with the board members that are going to be able to be present, it opens up 7 spots for members to attend the NBC pick. So Lance is going to refresh you guys' memory on who was selected, including multiple other people that we didn't even know were going to be able to come originally.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to make a Josh hoodie bow tie. So I thought it looked so cute. So just sitting here trying to make a little bow tie.
Why, thank you.
All right, guys. So Nashville Barrel pick is going to be January 26th. Dusty, Dan, and I got a new job, so I have to back out of that pick. So 2 more spots opened, which is good news because we're going to be able to get 7 of you guys on this pick. So I don't know the exact number of attendees for barrel picks from our first year, but it's a lot. It's more than we thought. So that's super exciting. Just to recap those people in the drawing, you can go back and watch the video. But the first 7 are Mike Booth, John Hancock, Jacob Enriquez, Johan Bishop, Jeff Pena, Chad Hinton, and Dan Marsh. On deck will be Big Vic and William Hall. Like Josh said, you guys are going to get an email from Kim with some details, hotel suggestions, and maybe a rough itinerary and stuff. So if you can't go, let us know, and then we'll go down the list to the next people. But all of you guys that I named just opted in and said that date worked for you. But if it doesn't, if something changed in life, like with me, just let us know.
Exactly. And as far as board member attendees, it will be myself, Joe, and Kim. And then we're going to have, there's a fairly decent sized Barrels for Hope contingent in and around the Nashville area. I've even talked to people out of town who intend to come into town to hang out after the pick, to do lunch with us, to come back to Nashville Barrel after lunch, to, check out what they do there, separate and apart from barrel picks. And then, of course, we're going to get into who knows what after that. We got downtown Nashville right there. Great bourbon bars, great live music. I'm sure there'll be a hotel bottle share mixed in there as well.
I'm already bummed I can't go. Jeez.
It's going to be a really good time
you guys
on the Nashville Barrel Company pick. And again, as a reminder, for those of you who do come, we are, this barrel, Joe is taking this barrel out of NBC. They're bottling it right there. He's taking it to A1. But if you're on the pick, you're going to get to leave with your bottle, because we don't want to deal with paying shipping charges when we can just give it to you right there. So you're going to get it ahead of time. So that'll be really cool. Speaking of barrel picks, let's go ahead and roll into some barrel pick updates. I want to call attention to the fact that over on Patreon, a poll was posted for the incredibly short barrel of Foregate. So we got 30 bottles, 25 of them are going to be just randomized to whoever can get them. Whoever signed up, it said they want them. I think that poll closes on Sunday, I saw. And the Barrel Pick members are foregoing our bottles. We got to get in the raffle and hopefully get one that way if we even choose to. But we want this to be able to be fair and democratic, given the snafu that happened with it all. The other 5 bottles will go into the silent auction for the year-end event. So I see Mike Ackley saying he's available to help out if somebody's not going to be on site. So that is the deal with the 4-gate. We expect that Middle West will be delivered very soon, but we're kind of surprised it's taken as long as it has. But you got the holidays, you got distribution and everything. But those are going to be the last 2 picks that need to be delivered for year 1. Then we're looking ahead already to year 2 picks. So we want to do another Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. That was our inaugural pick. We want to kind of commemorate that with a year 2 pick as the first pick. We are also looking at a bunch of other stuff. We've already had Narav reach out to Ben Holiday. We know there is a ton of excitement about Holiday in the whiskey community. So that's a target. None of this stuff is promised. We're just kind of letting you guys know where our heads are at on the board side. Things can and do change at the drop of a dime when it comes to picking barrels. So if you've been here since the beginning of the organization, I'm sure you're aware that that's how it is, and something that we're definitely aware of. But we're looking at things like Holiday, ECBP. We have an active request in for an Old Forester. They like some legacy distilleries like that, Knob Creek Bourbon. We're looking at your things, your kind of Ben Holiday-esque type of places. Maybe a Driftless Glen. I see EJ saying Bull Run. That could be really interesting. What else have we talked about? Somebody help me out here. Wilderness Trail. We're throwing around all kinds of ideas. So if you have stuff that you are interested in for us to look into, let us know. Oh, Green River, Bardstown Bourbon Company, things like that. So a lot of it depends on what is distributed to Illinois, specifically in the Southern Illinois, where Narav's store is at, what he can get through the allocations of the system. So Ben Nadu asked, Found North, they do have an exclusivity contract with Benny's for a short period of time more, and it's likely that contract will go longer than the season 2 Found North picks. However, I'm very fortunate to have a really good relationship with Nick. I think most of us here do have a really good relationship with Nick, and I've personally spoken with him about us getting a Found North pick. So I told him all about Barrels for Hope. He's really excited about being involved. Barrel King is on our radar. And then now 4 Roses. Kim, do you want to talk about this, or do you want me to talk about it?
Go ahead.
Okay. So Kim, I know Kim's going to do a lot of talking during the annual event stuff. So 4 Roses, we have our application in for that. No guarantee we'll get it. Kim has done several 4 Roses picks as part of Bourbon Women. They often don't yield enough bottles to satisfy our members' needs. As far as everybody getting a bottle as part of an included pick, that doesn't mean we're not going to do the pick. If we get approved for it, though, we'll do the pick and just make them available. And if we're 20 bottles short or something, we encourage everybody to sign up that wants one. And then we'll run a randomizer like we always do and try to keep it as fair and democratic as possible. But we are definitely vying for a 4 Roses pick. And
And Josh,
I think
just to add to that, so the application went in earlier this week. We had to wait until January. Expect a phone call from 4 Roses within the next 2 weeks to understand where we stand. So hopefully we'll have more information to share next month.
Amazing.
So, Josh, also going up here a little bit, Where is it? Oh, Brian asked, any legality? So talking about the National Barrel Company pick, legalities of transporting a barrel of bourbon across state lines. So, okay, I see where you're at there, Brian, but we are not transporting a barrel of bourbon. So National Barrel Company is actually going to bottle it there. So they're going to bottle it, seal it, cap it. Everything is going to be cased. The barrel will be empty. And then we're just dropping those off so the Rob shop can get them shipped out. So yeah, no barrels of bourbon being taken over state lines.
And for those that don't know, Joe is opening his own distillery, so he's got some additional licensure or whatever you want to call it. Like he's got some more clout to move around product than we mere mortals do. So, but yeah, so that's what we're looking at for year 2 picks. And our eyes and our ears are always open. We're always looking for opportunities. We're, we had to get this plane off the ground. I always refer to it as a plane, but we had to get the plane off the ground in year 1. And what you guys are seeing as far as when things release, when we get barrels in relative to when we pick them, it is like throwing darts blindfolded. And we're just doing the best we can as far as timing on things go, but it's not like we can be incredibly exact with it. So again, our goal is make sure if you're here for a year, you get 6 picks. That is what we guarantee you. And we'll try to space those out. And, I think we, for year 1, I'm just saying from the back end with the way the barrel pick game goes, it's actually kind of remarkable that we were able to kind of layer things in the way we did. But, a big testament to Narav.
Year 1 was super successful. Lance and Narav both working together were a big help for that. And I think year 2 we're going into, based on what we're checking on for barrels, we're really working on our processes and should go even smoother.
Absolutely.
With all the curveballs we were thrown and everything working out like it did, I feel like we nailed it.
Personally, I think we learned a lot and we're able to fix things not only logistically, but just in general. I think being able to course correct all that kind of stuff, I think is going to be beneficial to year 2. So.
Yeah. And I will say, kind of to put a pin on the barrel pick conversation, bring it back around to what's coming up. I'm kind of have a local connect with National Barrel Company since I live so close and I'm there all the time. So I'm actively talking to them, and we've managed over on the Stuff and Whiskey side, we've managed to get our hands on some incredibly good barrels from them. And they know exactly the caliber of barrel that we're vying for to get you guys. So, that'll be pick number 6 for this year. And I cannot wait to pick it. I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. So,
and one more thing with the NBC pick. If anyone is wants to come into town to hang out and wants the hotel information, that, by the way, I'm working really hard to get out this weekend. Nashville is expensive, so we're looking at location, value, cost, etc. I already got one message, so send me an email, send me a private message on Discord if you want to be included in that hotel info and logistics distribution.
Yeah, and think about this. We're technically not even done with our first full year yet. We started February. We started next month. So we don't hit our 1-year anniversary until next month. So
exactly.
Yeah.
I see John County in the chat. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Johnny asked odds on Middle West shipping out in January. I'd give it about 75%. My last conversations with Narav is that it was really close, and he was on the distributor to get it to us. But I think the distributor might have been having an issue getting it from Middle West. I know Middle West told us like 2 weeks initially, but I think Josh may have done a pick also around the same time, and they haven't got theirs either, and that's in a different market. So But if it's not in January, I'm pretty sure it'll be February. But like I said, I just started a new job. I don't think that's going to affect me getting to A1 at the end of this month if they come in. I just need to get 4 or 5 guys there with me. So maybe 65%, but but it's coming real soon.
And it is our target to get it out in January. That would be the most ideal. But with Narav not yet having it, that obviously makes it impossible for us to get it to you guys.
Yeah, the longer we go, it gets a little more unlikely.
I sent him a text just now to ask if there are any more updates. So if he gets back to me before this is over, I'll let you guys know.
While we're on the barrel pick conversation, a couple of Kings County, they are on our radar, as is Boone County. Michael, Mike, clarify for me. You said, can we arrange with Pick Distillery that we bring up shortage to provide one for each member? I'm not sure what that means.
Well, I think he means, because then he also put he wasn't pleased with the Foregate not handling their shortfall. Yeah, we do discuss it with every distillery before we do a barrel pick, and we discussed it multiple times what our requirement was, and if we're going to have the potential of running into barrels short of that, then we're going to need a pass on some. And we ran into that year one last year with Elijah Craig. We said we have to hit 140 bottles, and if there's any chance the barrel's going to be short, we have to pass on it, which is why we ended up with 2 barrels. So one that met everybody's needs, and then one that was pretty short. So we do discuss that, but we have no direct control over the distillery and what they provide. And if the barrels aren't physically there with us to try and lift, because Josh and I could lift the short barrel for the Elijah Craig, then we don't really have control over that. We can just do the best we can conveying that to our distillery partners.
Yep. And when we're there in person, it's also a little bit of, we like fitting a virtual pick or 2 in there. And there's some distilleries that don't have an on-site pick location, it allows people to attend that might not otherwise be able to travel to attend a barrel pick if it's virtual. But when we're there in person, we can actually wipe the thief down, put it in the barrel, measure it, make sure the barrel has enough in it.
And that's assuming you're at a distillery that allows you to access the barrels. Some distilleries, you don't have access to the barrels when you're doing barrel picks. You might be at the distillery, but you still just have samples.
Yeah. So this is the first time it happened. We knew it was a possibility when we even started the idea for this organization. I had secretly hoped and prayed that it wouldn't be till like year 3 that we ran into this problem, but sometimes you get lemons, and we're making one hell of a lemonade out of it, if you ask me. So I do want to call out Bourbon Engineer. He said for the NBC pick, everybody's staying at my house. There's no room at the inn, unfortunately. And he did ask if the green couch behind me was open. It is a sleeper sofa, but there's also a lot of camera equipment in here. So.
All right, Josh, what's the next on our docket for tonight?
All right. Next up, Joe, you already hit on the itemized tax info a little bit. Do you want to?
Yeah. So
go a little bit more depth on that.
Yeah, I did post about it. We'll go over it just real quick here. Basically, for a 501c3 that does have a membership dues can be tax deductible, minus any monetary value of products or services that you get for being the member. So, and then if you're going to do that again, you have to actually itemize your deduction instead of use a standard deduction. If you use a standard deduction, then it doesn't matter because you're not going to be adding any other deductions to the standard deduction. But if you are going over the standard deduction, you plan on itemizing, which I did get a couple of emails today, so we're working on that for you. We can provide you a statement that shows all the dues you paid and the MSRP values for all the bottles you received. You then have to take that to your tax professional to make the determination of what your deduction is. So we are not tax professionals. We are a charity organization. We'll provide you the statement, and then you are responsible to go to your tax professional to see what you can deduct. So, but again, it's important to realize ever since a couple of years ago when they raised the standard deduction amount for married filing joint to like $26,000, you have to have more than that in deductions to itemize. So if you're using the standard, it's not going to matter anyways. But if you want to itemize, please email me. My email is in the Discord post. It's just joe@barrelsforhope.com. And we can definitely give you that statement. So,
yeah, if it will benefit you, we are happy to help. But we're trying not to kill Reggie.
Yeah. So, Don, to answer your question, yes, we need to request it. So we have 140 members. Not all 140 members are going to need a statement. So that's a lot of extra work to produce all those statements and email them out to everybody. So we're doing it on a case-by-case basis. And if you are planning to itemize, just email me and we can get you that statement.
All right. So that's that. I think the last thing, by the way, if you have any questions at all regarding anything we've already discussed or anything that Kim's going to cover in the annual event info coming up, as far as the update on that goes, hit us in the chat. We'll start. We'll get around to it in the Q&A kind of at the end of this. But Kim, I think the last talking point is the floor is yours on annual event updates.
Great. So first, I just want to say, loving my new long sleeve t-shirt.
That looks
So,
good.
Suggest everyone go out and get it. It's really heavy. It's wonderful. Anyway, annual event. So as of this afternoon, we have 88 of the 100 available tickets reserved, which is super exciting. Payment links will be coming out this month, and they'll be coming out based on whether you selected a single payment or 4 monthly payments. So Reggie will be getting those out to you later this month. We are also working on a couple of like fun add-on activities for both Friday and Saturday. So look for a Discord poll coming up in the next, a Patreon poll coming up in the next week about a couple of Friday opportunity options. See if you are interested. Other than that, more to come. I'm working on the very detailed agenda for the weekend, and we'll be sharing that either the next live stream or the one after, but super excited.
Oh,
Joe's
you're
unmuted.
muted, Joe.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
All right. So along with that, Kim said, watch out for the poll on Patreon. Please, please check your Patreon settings. Make sure you're getting email messages. Watch out for that poll. That's going to be very important because if you are attending the event and you want to go on one of these Friday optional like excursion activities, we're going to need to have a ballpark of people because we may have to also line up transportation and things like that and reservations. So some cool stuff coming, but make sure, please, you double check. I think we mention it every live stream. Double check your Patreon settings. Make sure your email is correct. You're getting our messages. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, to Kim's point, we have 88 of the 100 available spaces reserved, which means you have contacted us through the link and the form that we asked, and you have expressed your intention to attend the event. Now, that seems like there's only 12 spots available. Life inevitably happens, so you do need to go ahead and sign up if you have intentions of coming to the event or think you might come to the event, so that we have a good idea of what the demand is looking like here for tickets. But if we have 112 signups and then we have 12 people that drop out that, when they actually check their calendars and stuff, they can't make it, then we will go to the people in backup. So make sure if you think it's possible that you are going to come, please sign up so that we know what the interest level is looking like in totality.
Yeah. And payment links are going to start going out soon for those too.
Yeah.
So those will be out before the next live stream, and that goes to Gary's. I see you started there, Lance, but Gary's question, another live stream at the end of the month. Yes. So the only reason why we're doing it this week instead of last week was because of the holiday. So we will return to our normally scheduled broadcasting. And before that one, we plan to have the poll out for the activities, finalized information, and payment links going out as well.
And that'll be Thursday, January 25th. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that live stream from your house, aren't I, Josh?
Yeah, man. Come on over. Ben asked, will I hold on to bottles for the NBC pick for some of us that are semi-local to save on shipping? Depending on demand and everything, yeah, I'm happy to help out for that for sure. Get here fast because I may drink it. I know it's going to be a banger. So,
I mean, we'll do what we can for that one. I mean, I know here in the Ohio area, we've got 4 or 5 of our members here, right here in the Toledo area. So I'll just be bringing those back with me as well.
yeah, it is incredibly rare to be able to go and do a barrel pick and leave with the bottles. Like that almost doesn't happen. So the fact that we can do this is kind of incredible, and hats off to NBC for that. Which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, I think we've discussed this before, but at the annual event, it's our goal to have representatives from every from the charities that are involved in the organization, or the charities we're donating to rather, as well as representatives from each distillery or company that we pick a barrel with. And Nashville Barrel Company will be there at the event. They have expressed they have huge hearts for charity, and they're definitely want to be a part of the annual event as well. So that'll be really cool to have them there.
I'm pretty sure we have confirmations from all the charities, and then we have confirmation from all our distilling partners except for 1 or 2. 2, yeah. So
2.
we have 4 of our distilling partners confirmed to be there, and all of our charities. So,
And tickets are almost sold out.
yeah, and the tickets are almost sold out. So
Exciting.
And we're working on cool, and well, I say we, and Kim is making magic happen by working on cool extra events. And yeah, guys, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, it is. Don wanted to know any updates on shipping state restrictions. Nothing's changed that I know of. If you sent me a message on Discord, I'll go look for it. I'm not good about checking messages on Discord. If you guys email me at lance@barrelsforhope.com, it's a lot easier for me to deal with. I just have too many messages that come through Discord. So just email me. And that reminds me, I think I haven't talked to you guys about this, but I think I need to update the website I don't know that I even have a contact page on there, which I didn't even realize till, I don't know if all our emails are listed on the website. So if that's the case, I apologize. And that's something I've got on my to-do list to work on. So
yeah, that's an easy fix, but definitely email is the best. If you have something that you need to contact any of us about in an official capacity, email is by far the best way for it not to get lost in the shuffle.
And we've tried to make it as super simple as possible. It's literally just our first name at barrelsforhope.com. So Joe at barrelsforhope.com, Lance at barrelsforhope.com, Kim, Dan. So Josh.
Bowtie Josh.
Just Josh. It's not
just Josh. Bill, Reggie.
All
at Barrels for Hope.
Yeah.
I do want to. Mike said regarding his earlier comment that I asked for clarification on. He did say he was not pleased with Forgate not handling their shortfall at all. We did express our need for how many bottles we had. We don't necessarily want to throw Forgate under the bus. We weren't happy with the way the thing played out, but they didn't check the yields before they sent them to us. They did offer us some things. It wasn't that they didn't try on their end to make it right. It's just that their solutions, because all their other barrels were already spoken for at this time, like they didn't have more barrels for us to pick from. They've all been accounted for at this point in the game. So until they get more barrels, we couldn't do another pick. And we could have gotten access to some bottles, but that's not a pick that we did. That's something that you could just literally buy from like sealbox.com. And so that didn't feel like, anyways, we've gone over that. But anyways, I just want to be clear, like it was disappointing for everybody. I think it was disappointing for Forgate the way it went down. I think it was disappointing for you guys, and it was certainly disappointing for us. It was kind of a lose-lose situation, and we're trying to make chicken salad out of chicken, but I think, we're doing our best.
I'll just add to that, guys. Just have tough skin. Know things are going to change. Don't be married to any certain idea. Things are ever evolving. just have fun. Know that we're getting you guys great barrels, good whiskey, and we're giving money to charity.
Yeah, I can't
try
wait
not
for
to take it too seriously. I know we get our hearts set on things, but these things are just going to happen, man.
Yeah.
It's just life.
And I can't wait for everyone, even those who aren't able to attend the annual event. There's going to be a lot of photos and footage from the annual event. I'm sure we're going to be putting an annual event recap video together. And it's just going to be amazing and heartwarming to see that go off. So keep that in mind. And then the other thing to keep in mind is we will always do our absolute best to provide you the best picks and stay with what our plan is. But the more, boy, if I've learned anything about this industry, it is everything is subject to change at any given time. So it's just the nature of the industry.
Exactly.
Yeah, I honestly just feel lucky that 6 of you guys wanted to be on a board and make this thing work, because it's a lot of work, but man, is it fun, and it is going to be so rewarding at our year-end event. I can't wait.
Alex had a good question there. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming we shouldn't be an issue getting something through A1 for that. So,
Yeah, I just did a real quick math here. Again, this isn't something that we've had a lot in the Discord, and if you're in the organization, I want to reiterate, Joe said, please make sure you're getting Patreon communications, because it's vital. But also, we would heavily encourage you to get involved in the Discord, because it's our way to be able to kind of communicate as a group, for you guys to communicate with each other, be part of the community. And I think in year 2, one of my biggest goals is to be more active in the Discord and get some communications and conversations going in there. But I just did quick math, and to, everybody's, you can do whatever you want if you get one of these 4-gate bottles, but if everybody just shared like 2 or 3 samples out of their bottle, then everybody will get to taste this thing. That's it. And you still have 19 to 21 fluid ounces left for yourself to enjoy. I'm sure the ones at the annual event, I would be surprised if those didn't get opened. If I win one, it certainly will be getting opened. I'm in full disclosure, I'll go as far as I can on the charity thing at the annual event, and that sucker's getting opened for everybody to taste. So, it doesn't take, if you're one of the lucky few that get one of the bottles, then if you're generous, then we all get to taste this thing.
Yep.
And I do agree with Big Vic. That's kind of the point I was trying to make. They do a lot, and they tried to do as much as they could within the confines of what they had available at the time. They just didn't have available what we needed them to have available to fix the problem that arose. And that's
like I said, everything in this industry is subject to change at any time.
And the bigger thing is that none of us are above mistakes. Like,
right.
Everybody's going to make mistakes. We just got to be forgiving and move on. And it's the way things are.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Exactly. There's more whiskey around the bend, and we're going to find it for you guys. Are there any other Q&A questions? You guys have anything you want to discuss in the chat before we wrap this thing?
So Mike says, can shipping boxes be available? Mike, let me know. Are you talking about at the charity event, if you're going to be helping someone out? Or what are you talking about there?
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I don't know that there was any other question. I'm scrolling back through here. Oh, it is an important question. Dusty Dan, what are you drinking tonight? Was that a Monster or a Rip It? What are you doing?
No, this is I have beer tonight. This is Pitchman.
Oh.
Mm.
It was crazy. We were at Whiskey Wednesday last night with the Whiskey Society, and I actually had a cider, a draft cider, which kind of threw everybody off. Yeah.
Yeah, I have really bad heartburn right now, so I can't drink whiskey at the moment. So I got to go with something else. So I had to go beer.
Alex has a good point too. All this mess wouldn't happen with a Canadian club pick. So, there's always that we can look at.
Oh, did I Was I in the middle of thinking of a point, and did we gloss over Alex's previous question about receipts for getting bottles over the border?
Yeah. So I said, I mean, obviously, everything's being purchased through our authorized retailer A1. So I'm assuming, Lance, we could probably be able to get him a receipt.
I would guess so.
Did we ever
Yeah.
discuss,
Josh, you must have stroked out while he was talking about that. It's okay.
My bad.
Did we ever?
I was just
discuss a
worried about if
backbone
my
pick?
bow tie was straight or not.
It might be too tight.
Did we ever discuss a backbone pick at all?
It's on the radar.
I don't think so, but
Yeah.
I think I know they distribute to Illinois, and Narav has some other stuff. So yeah, we could definitely put it on our list.
I mean, I could reach out to Nolan and see if that'd be something that we could do.
Yeah, I'd say I mean everything's on
Sort
the
out
on
there.
the table.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 7 or 8 good contingencies out there that we're planning for. It's just what we can actually narrow down, right? Because we have to deal with distributor barrel allocation availability for the state, and not only for the state, but broken up by the stores. And you heard the issues with, some stores have exclusive rights, and then timing plays onto it too. We can't do, we might have an opportunity to do 5 of those picks. All 5 of those picks might be in May. We can't do 5 picks in 1 month.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we have to balance all those. So we throw a target out there for 7 or 8, 9 picks. We need 6 of them, and we try and spread those through the year to see what we can get. So that's kind of, I wish it was a more romantic process than that, but it's really not.
It's really inelegant juggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you want a soundbite? I like sometimes picking barrels is like trying to juggle like 5 or 6 balls at once. And I can juggle 3 balls pretty well, but you start adding in more than that, and we start running into some real issues.
All right.
I'm putting it on a shirt.
So
put that
Lance,
on the merch site.
Lance, we're gonna need that clip.
Got it.
To sent to Matt Porter.
Yeah.
Thank you. Utilize that here coming up.
Yep. And Whitney. She can make us shirts.
There you go.
Like,
We need Josh's like the cartoon artist rendering of Josh sitting there doing the. Oh man, I can't see how many people are still watching. We're gonna lose everybody by now.
no, enough are still watching for that.
Hopefully they tuned out before that happened.
Oh man. All right. What was that? I don't see any more questions. Was that it for the docket tonight?
I think
That
that's
is it for the docket. Yeah.
All right. Good job, VP. Appreciate that. Keeping us on track. Last call for any questions?
VP/MC.
There you go. I like it. Like it a lot.
We're working on some fun MC ideas for the annual event as well, guys.
Yeah.
No promises yet, but
Nobody has to listen to me
We're-
stand up on stage all night.
yeah, nor me.
Yeah, Earl was nice enough to grab me 2 OH Ingram single barrel ryes. I don't know if you guys have ever had anything from them.
Yeah. Earl's
but they're
supposed to be
single
giving me a
barrel.
sample.
Yeah, those single barrels are something else. I mean, they did very well in a lot of these awards that you taste blind. But that'd be fun to do something with them. I know maybe not a lot of people have heard about them. But
It's like
the stuff that they're
aged on
putting
a
out is
river
fantastic.
instead of the ocean, right? Or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
I'll tell you
Yep.
guys something that I tried recently. I don't know how many of you guys have had one of these or not, but these Mythology 10-year rye picks, they are unreal good. This is
Man, I wish we
This is
got
one
that
of
in
the
Illinois.
this is one of the best ryes that I've tried. If you see one of these, well, that was going to be the next question. Does Illinois get these or not? But
I don't think so.
good grief, man. This thing is whiskey of the year type of rye.
10-year-old, 12-year-old, 15-year-old whiskeys, that's fine and all good, but a 3-year-old whiskey,
Dude, I would not peg this at age stated 2 on the bottle, but
Yeah.
like I would never say it's that
Yeah, no,
in a blind tasting.
yeah, no, it's
Hey
3. It's
Josh,
100%
do they source? Does that company source, or is it?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like it's just straight MGP, but it's like some of the highest proof, well-aged MGP ryes. Like even some of the Nashville Barrel Company 10, 11-year ryes that they have don't get this high of proof. So I don't know what Mythology is doing as far as that goes, but they're getting some like incredibly concentrated barrels from MGP.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've got a lot in the works. We're lining up. We're going to get a really good schedule out there as soon as we have a lot of these barrels that are kind of almost solidified. But once they're confirmed, we will put them out there with the dates, and we'll start selecting people. And we will have another live stream at the end of the month. We'll be on our regular schedule. In between now and then, we will have payment links out for the annual event. And we will have the polls out for like the add-on extra activities, which is going to be really fun. And yeah. And
Narav did message me back and said he shot the GM a message about the status of Middle West. So as soon as I get that, probably tomorrow, I will update everybody in Discord.
Sounds great. All right. I think that's it. I think we got it covered for tonight. We're approaching an hour, which is pretty good for a school night. And it's always awesome hanging with everybody. Always awesome seeing everybody in the chat, and love seeing you guys on screen. So
absolutely. Thank you guys for making this organization what it is. Lance has got his merry and bright pillow back there. We hope the holidays are merry and bright for all of you guys, and looking forward to 2024. It's going to be a great year.
I keep my Christmas decorations up to February. I'm not ready to let the joy in.
Hey, amen. Hey, I'm
Lance.
Thank you,
Lance. Does that turn into a Valentine's pillow?
Yeah. We just go like that.
all right.
All right. Love you guys. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Don't forget, like Kim said, we got stuff on the website. Check it out.
Brock's glasses are awesome. I got some for Christmas. They are A+.
Oh, the problem is they're too easy to drink out of.
All right. Night, everybody.